guys, it's me, Candace the Edgy Veg. We are still in quarantine life. You guys have been asking about a lot of like anxiety related things and a lot of like how to keep yourself busy during quarantine. So I thought that I would go on my Instagram and get you guys to ask all the questions that you want, and then I would answer your questions. But before we do that, I wanted to give a big shout out to our sponsor, which is Top Cashback. Thank you so much to Top Cashback for sponsoring creators during this time. It helps me to continue to create these types of videos for you guys. Top Cashback is a money-saving website that helps you earn cash back on your everyday purchases. They have over 4,000 plus stores on their site that you can earn cash back with. So if you're doing a lot of online shopping, you are trying to support local restaurants, this is a great thing for you to just get even a little bit of money back. Unlike a lot of the other kind of like cash back type websites, there is no minimum cash out, so you can kind of just cash out whenever you want, and you get the most return for the things that you're purchasing. So what they do is they give you back the store's commission rate, and they don't charge a membership fee. Not only do they have a great app and also a website, they also have a great extension that you can install right onto your Chrome. I have it here, so whenever I order something online, I just search for the site that I'm using. It automatically goes to the site, and you just shop, and Top Cashback kind of does this thing in the background without you having to really do anything. So Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Costco, HelloFresh, Amazon, stuff that we're using on a regular basis, especially right now. For today, I'm actually going to save $15 by using DoorDash plus the $10 sign up incentive that you get by clicking on the link down in the description box down below. So we're actually gonna save $25 for our mukbang today, which is amazing. I'm very happy to save $25. A lot of the time when we order stuff on DoorDash anyway, it costs about $25 a person once you factor everything in. Make sure that you check out Top Cashback by clicking in the link in my description box down below. All right, so I went ahead and through Top Cashback and DoorDash ordered some delicious vegan Chinese food from one of our favorite places here in Toronto. So I'm gonna pull that up, and I'm gonna pull up the questions that you guys asked, and I'm gonna ask my trusty sidekick to come answer questions with me. Hi, come sit down. Hi.
Hello everyone.
Hi, it's Louie. He's back.
What you do sometimes.
Hello.
It's like this like outward sort of wave. We have some nice sweet and sour sauce to drink, which is always a good beverage to have on the side. This stuff is delicious. This is cashew fried rice with tofu and pineapple and just a lot of delicious stuff. Sweet and sour chicken balls, faux chicken, tofu. These are incredible. We ordered this when first night that we moved in here.
Yeah.
And
there's nothing quite
as
satisfying after a move as
10 hours of moving.
Vegan Chinese food.
This was, I have to say, some of the best takeout food, plant-based or otherwise, that I have ever had. These, which are, I believe, are also on top of that. These are green beans with dry tofu. Is that what this is, just dried tofu?
No, that is crispy tofu fritters.
Mind-blowingly good. So
we're just going to eat and answer some questions. People want to know what's going on with the ghost. So if you aren't following us on Instagram, on the Edgy Veg account, the Candace_Hutchings account, or the Chefo account, we have what we believe to be a ghost in our house.
An apparition.
Movement, activity, a lot of activity the first couple days when we moved in.
Yep.
But there hasn't really been much in the last week, which is interesting.
Well, you have stopped calling out the ghost to do things, which is nice. Mm-hmm. And like, you've also had a more calm demeanor now that we've settled in. You had a lot of suspicions. Oh no, granted, I was at my sister's house going by and social distancing. I just sat on the porch, they stayed inside, but I had to see my newborn nephew through the glass. You heard a door close inside the house and footsteps. And she texted me being like, are you downstairs right now? And so I called from my sister's porch. No. And subsequently rushed home. Yeah, there's some like door slamming and footprints and things moving once in a while, so. Footsteps, not footprints.
Sorry, footsteps. Okay, how do you get yourself out of a funk? Like when you're feeling really depressed or have anxiety? And this is specifically during quarantine. I have a hard time doing that. Like sometimes I just don't get myself out of the funk. Sometimes I can't even bring myself to shower when I'm feeling really anxious. I found that limiting my time on the news or social media has been really helpful for that. What about you? Like how have you felt like anxious or depressed through all this, and like what are you doing to keep like sane?
I don't think a day goes by that I don't in some capacity. We've had the fortunate situation to be moving into a pretty sizable home that we have to move into. Our hands have been tied, not tied, but kept active for the most part, unpacking, designing, how we want the layout to be. So I usually try to do something physical or creative. Anxiety is just, for me, a lot of pent up energy that just needs a direction, it needs an outlet. And
yeah, I find for me, because doing basic stuff when I'm super depressed, even just getting out of bed, I mean, you know, there's days where I like cannot get out of bed, or I will not shower.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I'm depressed, because the first thing to go is like my personal hygiene and like removing myself from bed. So for me, sometimes even just taking a shower, as difficult as it sounds, start that like chain reaction of activity that I'm able to do. So even if I'm just like if you don't want to stand in the shower, just sit in it. At least you're like doing, like I sit in the shower and wash my hair when I'm not depressed, and then that feels like an accomplishment. And then maybe tomorrow you can take a shower and make your bed and like feed yourself some good food or something. Like, it just kind of helps get a chain reaction going.
Get your body feeling just different than the state that you're currently in. It can help break your thought processes.
That kind of answers the second question, which is any tips to deal with feeling bad for having depression and anxiety. There was one week where I didn't do anything for like 5 days. I felt really bad about it. And you have to have compassion with yourself. You have to like really think about yourself in the larger scheme of things. None of us have ever dealt with anything like this before. You're allowed to be depressed and anxious because we don't know what we're doing. We're living in a state of unknown, and you're allowed to feel that way. So just have some compassion for yourself.
You're allowed to. Like, every emotion that you have, you are human. Every other human, we all have that breadth of emotions, and you are allowed to feel every single one of them. Don't ever feel guilty about feeling an emotion.
How do you stay motivated?
How do I stay motivated? I was actually talking to you about this the other day. It's kind of a war of attrition. It's like you have this little voice in your head that tells you not to do something, just do nothing, relax, stay on your phone, be lazy. And then you have this other voice, everybody does, of like, hey, like maybe try doing this, or like, hey, you should be doing this. Like, you have, or maybe.
Oh, you're so good.
There's nothing that I don't really have a tip, to be honest, about how to stay motivated. I have built my voice up in the sort of duality of my head, that the voice that convinces me to do things is now just louder than the voice telling me not to do anything and just relax. But the strength of this voice never diminished. It's always stayed loud.
See, I feel like I should do things, but I'm not motivated at all. And I find that sometimes, again, even with like my depression, like even just doing one thing can motivate me then the next day to do a little bit more, or a couple hours later to do a little bit more. Like, sometimes for me it's just answering my emails. That's about all I can do. I mean, there's been days like today where I'm like, I'm gonna film just one video, and then I get into it, and then I'm motivated to film another one because I'm already doing it. I already have my makeup on. I have my like game face on, ready to go. So I don't know. I don't really have a good answer because I find it really hard to motivate myself.
I think highly motivated people just tap into. I think it's more so a momentum. It's like it's just a habitual thing where
it takes practice to be motivated.
Yeah, motivation, in my opinion, is just a set of habits that you get used to, instead of switching to doing things rather than not doing them. And that just becomes your default over time. And it's
I say practice.
Yeah, 100%.
How to feel motivated? Practice.
Yeah.
Practice doing, and then eventually you will motivate yourself.
Surround yourself with things that inspire you. Yeah. Like, on your Instagram feed, follow accounts that make you feel good, or make you think about things in a positive light, or inspire your creative side, or on Facebook or TikTok, whatever it may be. You can pull from like motivating sources that can help with that switchover. I know it's okay to not be productive during a pandemic, but how do you not compare yourself to your overachiever friends? Anyone that was making me feel bad, I just muted for the time being. No. You have to realize that even if your friends look like they're overachieving on Instagram, take that with a grain of salt. Because they're only showing you a couple minutes a day. Like, when you really think about Instagram, each story frame is 15 seconds long. If they post 4 that day, and one is like working out, one is eating something, one is walking their dog, and one is them going to bed, it may look like they're super productive, but it's only 1 minute of their day. Maybe the food that it looks like they spent hours on was like frozen food, or that they had delivered, or that someone made for them. Maybe that workout that looks like they worked out so hard was only like a 20-minute workout. Like, you have to realize that you have to do what makes you feel good, right? It's tough not to compare yourself to others at any given point. And right now it's even tougher not to fall into like really easy habitual sort of mental processes and emotional processes and things like that. But at the end of the day, that's why I unfollow
anyone that doesn't make me feel good. Because the most important thing for me right now to keep me out of my depression is making me feel good.
There are very, very few people that are able to be doing a lot of stuff right now. And it can sound somewhat privileged to say, well, take this time to take a breath. But even through chaos, if you want to sort of approach every struggle with a bit of stoicism, that's what you should be doing. Even in the most tumultuous times with the biggest challenges in front of you, it should be with that mind frame of the only thing you control is yourself. Take a breath, bring yourself down, calm yourself, and
just in general for life, stop comparing yourself to other people. How do you not get bored? I've noticed that during this pandemic, I'm not bored ever. I don't get bored very easily. I grew up in a house, if we were like, I'm bored to my mom, she was like, go outside and make something. Because we grew up like without a lot of money, a lot of the stuff that we had to entertain ourselves with was imagination stuff. So that's why I like to dress up and be creative and cook. And
we're kind of always like needing to do things. And so we have a kind of a bit of a default to just constantly be keeping ourselves entertained in some capacity. Through Tim Ferriss's book, Tools of Titans, I read a really interesting tactic. But he had an exercise in the morning to keep himself creative. And so if like you're finding yourself kind of struggling with thinking of things to do, come up with a topic, and then you have to list 10 things to do with that topic. And it could be the most
that's cool.
bizarre crap. One of the categories was how to lose weight. And one of the things he wrote down was chop off your leg. That kind of just encapsulates how your mind is supposed to sort of approach this exercise. It doesn't have to be logical or rational. It just is, the whole point is to get you into a creative process. Right. And the more you do it, the more you're suddenly gonna have like weird ideas pop in your head, weird little activities pop in your head.
If you don't feel like you have the energy to do that, that's okay too. What are you doing for self-care?
I think it's incredibly important right now to keep your body moving. We don't have a lot of free movement allowed. It's not like we can go hang out with our friends, even parks now, especially here in Canada. So now more than ever, like within your own home, get your body moving. It releases endorphins, you're going to feel good. You might feel like crap the first time doing it. It has got to be one of the best ways to improve your mental health during this time is doing something physically active every day, even if it just means walking around your living room 100 times.
For me, that's not my version of self-care because I don't enjoy working out, but I force myself to do it and I definitely feel good about it after. And it definitely helps me, but it definitely takes me a while to like psych myself up to do that. So for me, it's more doing the things that I didn't have the luxury to do before all this. So I've been doing face masks like every 2 days. I started reading.
You're getting better.
I'm getting better. It's something that's bothered me. I used to love reading and I never had the time before, and now I have nothing but time. So I'm trying to, you know, even with like 15 to 30 minutes a day of reading, just trying to like tap back into those things that I made excuses for before. So someone said, what made you go vegan, and would your partner have gone vegan without your help? So I went vegan, mostly vegetarian growing up. I always had a connection to animals. I saw a poster in the metro and it had a pig on one side and like a cat or something on the other, and it said why love one and eat another, and I saw that and I never looked back. Like the logic just made too much sense for me. I don't know if you would have gone vegan without my help. Like, had you not met me, I don't think you would be vegan.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. You never pushed me in any shape or form.
No.
You kept your views, like you exposed me to information without being pushy about it. But then it was the Game Changers movie that preceding that, it was about 6 months that I had got up to probably what, like 75% mostly plant-based diet from just like us cooking together, and we just wouldn't include
just from
meat.
us like dating.
Yeah, just normal stuff, like go to a restaurant, we make sure that you know, she'd be able to, you know, whatever, be plant-based vegan restaurant. Game Changers is what pushed me over. Whether or not that lead up made that switch a lot less challenging, and whether or not I would have had like the strength of constitution to like venture into that totally blind without the support of you, I don't know. And I have been the happiest and healthiest in my life since.
Amazing. Are your dogs tired of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've really had enough of us. Should we go get groceries even though we are scared of leaving our homes? I mean, if you have grocery delivery, if you have access to that, we don't. Our grocery delivery that we've had in Toronto has been down since this started. I'll be perfectly honest, going to the grocery store terrifies me.
It's pretty stressful.
It's really stressful. It takes something that I used to enjoy doing a lot that I thought was fun, and it's just the energy there and like waiting, and everyone's so afraid to be near each other.
Yeah, there's a palpable tension at
Yeah.
the grocery store. And,
But
like
at
no
the-
one's there enjoying themselves.
No, but at the same token, like you have to eat. So if you're scared, I mean, take all the precautions that you can. Use your voice. If you feel like someone's getting too close to you, politely ask them to step the 6 feet back. Just like protect yourself. Wear masks, wear gloves, and get in and out. Go in with a shopping list. We've been going in with a shopping list. We cut the shopping list in half. He takes half, I take the other half. And we meet at the end and then we check out as quickly as we can. We bring all of our own bags, everything. We bag everything ourselves so no one's touching our stuff. Any breathing exercises to help beat anxiety. So I use an app called Breathe and I'm really bad at meditating. So that kind of helps me. It forces me to breathe by forcing me to meditate. And you can do, there's like a free version and then there's paid stuff after, and there's breathing exercises and stuff on there, so that's what I've been doing.
It's actually the one thing that I have finally got back into during this time is in the morning, I'll get up, I'll come down, I'll make coffee, and then I go up into our sort of living room on the 2nd floor, and I have finally got back into, calling it meditation would probably be generous. It's more so just a really basic breathing exercise that I do for 8 minutes, just trying to let your thoughts go and just be present with very deep controlled breaths, sitting up in a chair, head slightly sort of tilted forward. It's just 8 minutes, it's really basic, I'm not doing anything fancy. It's just controlled breathing. It's really good.
The last question, we got it a couple times, was how was moving during a pandemic and what precautions did you take? Moving was awful.
Moving sucked. Moving is never fun. And like we rented movers and it was still one of the most hellish moves we have ever had. It was awful. Wore masks and gloves for as much of it as possible.
For packing, we actually ended up ordering reusable, like eco-friendly moving boxes from Frog Box, which is great because they drop them off and then you pack up all your stuff. The movers come, grab your stuff, throw it in the truck, drop it off at the house, and then you unpack and then you have those boxes for a week. So you have a week to unpack and then they pick up the boxes.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about buying boxes, disposing boxes, doing something bad for the environment like ordering cardboard. And then we took a very long sleep.
It was exhausting.
It was exhausting. We got through it. Now we have this great house.
Yeah, couldn't be happier.
All right, thank you so much, guys, for your questions. I will answer the rest over on Instagram, so follow there. Thank you again to Top Cashback for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in the description box down below to find out how you can get your $10 Top Cashback sign-up bonus once you spend $25 online. If you like these kind of us talking to the camera, question and answer mukbang type videos,
Doing stuff.
give this video a big thumbs up and let us know in the comment section down below what video you want to see us do next. Okay, bye.